They have like a maximum amount that we can see anyway. So I was like, we're not gonna blow it up.
I shared it just after posted about it, but I invited some people, but I mean, I didn't want them to come and then no eat no seats. So.
Oh, yeah.
This is cool though. Like socially distanced chairs.
I want to tell Judea that her name is misspelled like on her birthday. She's saying like I didn't realize my name is misspelled. Like your name is misspelled. She spells her name Judeaa. Like it's just.
Also, if you put it in the cover? Yeah. Also, do it first when you use the bathroom. That was my bathroom, not the drunk keys. Not the drunk keys that are there.
You guys have like your Sharpies? You have Sharpies?
There are spices like basil and thyme and oregano and sage and cumin. I was really nervous watching the election, and then I wrote in between there, I don't think anyone likes me when I go outside. Pepper, turmeric, ginger, cardamom, tarragon, cayenne, garlic, nutmeg, clove, chive, rosemary. This was I'll tell this horrible story. I'm actually ashamed of it. I was shopping at Target the other day, buying some crap, and I didn't know where anything was because I never shop for myself. I'm just a 41-year-old little boy, and I was confused by the aisles and where everything. I had a list, but I just didn't know where anything was, and I was very slowly going through the aisles, and it was very busy. And there's a woman behind me with a baby in the cart who was like, both the baby and the woman were super impatient with me, and I couldn't move fast enough, and I didn't know where. I just wanted to get out of the way so bad. And so I'm very familiar with that feeling of needing to be out of the way and how embarrassing it is. And so like the other day I was coming home from my ex-boyfriend's house because I surround myself with ex-boyfriends in my life. I don't have I was at 3 a.m. I was at my ex-boyfriend's house, and then I come home and I drive up to my apartment. I'm driving, and there's like a giant truck taking up the whole road, and there are people next to the truck, and they're all hanging out together and talking, and I just have to go 1 block to get home, and I stop and I like flashing the brights, like, and then I like the person just doesn't react at all, and nobody reacts, and they all leave, and then the person in the giant truck is still waiting there, and then I just like pull up and I'm like aggressive, and then I just like stepped out of the car and I was like, get the fuck out of the way. I was like, get out of your fucking, like, I know your dick fell off and that's why you need that fucking car, but get out of the goddamn way. And then like And then he's like, fuck you. And then I like backed up, like parallel parked into a spot so he could make room to get like past me so that I could go home. And then I backed into a spot, and then he pulled up and like closed me in to my car. And then he's like, fuck you, you little punk. And then I got out of the car and I was like, hey, fuck you, I'll kick your ass. And fuck you don't deserve to live. And then he slapped me and knocked my glasses off my head. And then I was like, I gotta get my glasses. And I had to go pick him up. And it was and then his wife came out, and then he drove away. And I just didn't feel good about it. There's like somebody taking a picture or somebody taking a picture.
I'm feeling better.
No. Scotty Peterson, he always figures out a good way to embarrass me. He's very good at it. He's going to be on the show later tonight. Antonio, did I tell you what the order was tonight?
Hell no.
Okay, so you're first. You're up right now. Antonio Aguilar.
Wow, that's cool. Well, you just wanted to make sure I did worse than you? You're fucking surprised. Yeah, I overheard you saying that to someone else like 4 minutes ago, motherfucker. But hey. Well, you guys gotta like me because I brought the sound equipment. I can take it with me. After this set, if you guys don't laugh enough, so just laugh in the spirit of the comedians to come. Maybe when I beeline out of here after my set, I'll leave my shit. No, I'm kidding. But hey, man, this place is fucking sweet, right? Super gay, which is, I mean, it's not. I'm so glad to see that in Houston and Texas because I'm so used to every comedy show I go to just being gay is hilarious. The idea of lesbians gets an applause break. As we speak right now, someone's like, man, I saw this dude, but it was a chick. Applause. Like everyone is like, that is the funniest shit I've ever, that's real? That's real. And then they also want to investigate the vote counts. Same people. You guys been wearing your masks out and about, then you look in the sun, you sneeze into your mask. Doesn't sneezing into your mask feel like taking one for the fucking team? Right? It's like, you get it all over your face. It's like, do I really love humanity that much? Do I need to protect? I must. I must want us to keep going into 2021. If I'm gonna sneeze all over I burped into my eyes the other day. That shit. You think onions make you cry when you cut them? That ain't shit. Yeah, no more spicy food. You wearing masks around, man. Just let the onions out of your life and pretend that shit ain't vegan or something. Sweet. It feels like a Zoom show right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like I wish my internet would go off or something right now. I'd be like, yo, sorry I couldn't finish my set. My fucking, it's the internet again. Or like blaming on my resolution in my webcam or something. Like, you know, these jokes are better in HD. What else, man? I mean, like, my jokes are all from like last year and shit, you know? So, people are getting coronavirus again. Have you heard about this? What about Jay Leno saying it? I've seen this in the papers. Coronavirus again. One and done, motherfucker. What are you doing getting that shit again? And that's one time you can get corona. After that's corona extra, really. Not enough Latinos. And that's not why it didn't land. I was blaming on that. That was drinking enough corona. But the same thing for people voting for Trump for a second time. I feel like you should be immune by now. Like, what are you doing? 10 minutes, man, for real.
So lit up and shit, man. It is so bright in here, dude. This feels like this is jail lighting. I'm pretty sure, right? Like, yes, I've been in jail. I did stand up in jail. What happened? You guys agreeing on what? Something? You can turn the lights on? That'll get funny. Better show up now with the fucking lights out. Like, yo, that's what it was. You're on my side? I did stand up in jail. I had to follow prayer.
Like 10%.
Because I'm not talking? It got funnier because the lights dimmed and you stopped talking was actually, that was the most important part of it. The lights are whatever, but shut the fuck up and this shit will get better. Alright. So, I'm from Wisconsin originally, which means I drink before I do basically anything. Like the only thing I do sober is drink. I've never done Alcoholics Anonymous. I have done Anonymous Alcoholics. It's not what you think, right? It's when you get real drunk, you go out, but you don't tell anyone your name. It's more of a two-step program. Sweet, that was like a 7-year-old joke. That's where I'm at right now, man. It's tough, you know? Surprise if you're up. I'm Peruvian, it's like Mexican, just minus the work ethic. That's not even for you guys. This isn't even the crowd for that. You guys aren't racist. You guys are like, oh, we know the difference between Peruvians and Mexicans. But I have to pretend like, this is Texas usually, all right? Like this right now, it feels like fucking like Washington, D.C. or some shit, but like usually, I'm doing stand up in Texas. I'm not used to this. This is dope though. Like if this is great. If this was full of people, like this would be the shit, right? Like the place to perform in Houston. Like there's way, like you guys are way smarter than I'm used to. You're way more liberal, and you still got the masks on, even with the social distance. You need distance and masks, fucking double. That's like double bagging.
More white men than an Exxon oil rig. And when people ask me why I fuck so many white men, I tell them because they made good references on job applications. Now please leave me alone. Okay, that was okay, that's fine, that's cool. Dating outside the race? No. Not for this crowd. Let's see. Who can admit that they do not have good vagina? Okay, that's one. No. Ladies don't like this joke. See, here's the thing. Somebody has to have bad vagina. Somebody. We can't all have great pussies. I'm willing to say, I don't have good vagina. I have trash pussy. My pussy is garbage. The inside of my pussy is like a tread-safe shoe. It's all grip, no slip. You know what I'm saying? All right, next joke. That joke is about my vagina. Let's see, what else? I used to work at Starbucks. Y'all fuck with Starbucks? Yeah, yes, no, yeah. I know you do. Good time. Used to work at Starbucks. I fuck working at Starbucks. Like that was the best job that I ever had. Like of all the jobs that's the most money that I've ever made. Because I got all the money that I got from working at Starbucks, and then I got the money that I got on the side from selling Adderall to all the teenagers that I work with. So I was like fucking booming, swimming in money. I remember one time, this teenager asked me if I would sell her a Xan. She asked me to sell her like my first day of work. I thought it was like ridiculous. So I was like, I'm not gonna sell you a Xan. So what I did was I sold her half a Xan, but I charged her twice the price. And then when she got upset with me, I was like, yeah, that's why you don't do drugs. None of that is true. That's absolutely not true. This is the truth. My name is Judea Driscoll. I used to work at Starbucks, and when I worked there, I never had any money because I was too busy buying Adderall from all the teenagers that I worked with. That's the truth. That is the truth of the situation. Earlier this year, I had a schmorshmorshman. I had a schmorshmorshman at the schmorshmorshman clinic. Yeah. I'm not gonna get. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not gonna get like political or like preach at y'all. I just want to talk about it because it happened. It's very real, and it was very scary. Like finding out that I was pregnant was the scariest experience of my life. Finding out that I was pregnant was like watching a horror movie that I had never seen before, but I knew the baby died at the end. You know what I'm saying? So you're just like counting down, you're just waiting. Like, I wonder how the writers are gonna write off this baby. I have no idea. How is M. Night gonna twist this one? I have no idea. I have no clue. I remember, this is totally true. I was sitting on the toilet and I did the pill, and I was sitting on the toilet and it was coming out of me, and it was so weird, and I remember at one point I had to like sneeze, and so I got up and I like sneezed, and like a little like piece like fell out of me onto the floor, and I looked at it and I was like, one, that is the realest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and two, if I eat this, will I get superhuman strength? And this is why I thought this. Because I felt like, if I get rid of this thing and then I eat it and then I become Superman, that's like the fucking circle of life or whatever. That's what God wants. That's what God wants. This is going okay. Let's see, what else? I want to try this because fuck it. Hey, guy in the back, what's up? Is that JT Stockman? Yo, what's up? You are that's a sexy white man. Have not talked to yes. Working on it. What was I saying? What was I talking about? Fuck it. Yes, it happens when one comes in and fucking, God. I'm gonna check my notes. Fuck it. My phone is over there. Oh, God. This is what they mean by black struggle. When you hear that term, this is what they're talking about. This right here. My boyfriend is more sexually advanced than me. Like he like fucks strippers and shit. Like he's used to fucking strippers. And I remember I asked him for tips to make him come, and he just threw ones at me. Okay, that's new. I read that today. Y'all fuck with the R&B supergroup TLC? Yeah, the R&B supergroup TLC. Yes, no, no. You're looking at me, but you're not saying anything. Yeah, TLC. Yeah, thank you very much. That's one of my favorite songs. Thank you so much. Are you guys Waterfalls as well? Lisa Lena Lopez is dead. She did. She also, do you know how she died?
That's not how she died.
It's not how she died. It's not how she died. She was in a car crash. And she and three of her friends were driving around the Andes, and they crashed into a tree, and she was flung from the car. She died. But she was driving. She was the only one that died. And I thought it was so interesting because she was in the driver's seat, and I couldn't help but thinking that maybe if she had been hanging out the passenger side of her best friend. Her best friend's right. Maybe God would have tried to holler. I don't know. Maybe it would have saved me some trouble. What jokes do I've been with white guys and black guys in my time. Like, I've been across the board. I call my pussy the United Nations because fucking everybody gets a seat. Okay, never mind. But there's a big difference between dating black guys versus dating white guys. I've noticed. Like, white men are very like soft and like kind of like pussified. Just a little bit like. Kind of bitchified. Like, dating a white guy is like dating a really good female friend of yours. Who occasionally is like, suck my fucking cock, baby, And I'm like, okay, fine, sure. Cool. Whereas black guys have a different, they have a three-step approach to dating and love. Step 1, fuck her. Step 2, get her pregnant. Step 3, disappear into the night. Okay, all right. Y'all have moving black men? That's fine. That's cool. I remember one time this guy told me that I used him. Said that I used him because he took me out to dinner and he took me shopping, and I didn't have sex with him. Said that I used him. But I thought it was kind of bullshit. That's it's a ridiculous thing to say. Everybody knows that pussy is like a lotto ticket. It's a gamble. You don't know what's gonna happen. You go with it. And I thought that was ridiculous. And so I told him that. I said, I don't feel like I used you. I feel like you tried to invest in some pussy, and you just didn't get a return on your investment, which is bound to happen in this economy, ladies and gentlemen. Bound to happen. You can't invest in pussy in this economy. There's no long-term growth, hopefully. He invested 0% interest. I had 0% interest in him, ladies and gentlemen. None. Whatsoever. Can't invest in pussy in this economy. I blame George Bush personally. George Bush, that's what I call. That's what I call her down here. I call her George Bush, and then him back here, I call him the third plane, because he was wrecked in a field in Pennsylvania. Okay, thank you guys very much. Get up your host, Bob Morrissey, ladies and gentlemen.
Get up for Judea Driscoll. I call my dick Mrs. Kisses. That's my cat. Coming up now, he's we used to do a podcast together. We did about 15 episodes, and we never released one, but it was very funny. We had a good time doing that. I really like him. He's one of the best comedians in town. Give it up for Scotty Peterson.
All right. It's good to be here at another Bob show. What's up, Stephanie? I like having Bob shows because they're so small you can recognize people that you know. It's always great. I've known Bob for since 2013. I used to live right next to him at the little apartments over there. And he stole a cat. And he hates that I tell this story all the time. Why do you hate that? Answer us. You stole Miss Kisses. It's been, 8 years since you stole that cat? 6? 7 years. Because it's 2020. Yeah, what is cat years? Is that 6 years? He gets it. I remember he would always be outside hanging out, and I would come back from work, and he'd be talking to this cat, and I'd walk up, and the cat would walk off, and I'd be like, that's Miss Kisses. And I'd be like, are you just feeding that guy's cat? He's like, yeah, that guy doesn't feed it good enough food. He's on heroin. I think I'm gonna steal it. And I was thinking about, I was like, that's cool if it was like a child, but it's an object you pet that's really soft. And if you've ever done heroin, that's a good thing to have around the house. I'm just petting a nice soft cat that you took. And he's got to not like that cat because the neighbor didn't even realize it. Because Bob lived next to the guy that he stole the cat from. So rule number 1 of Miss Kisses was do not let Miss Kisses look out the window or leave the house. So fucked up. I remember hanging out with Bob too. He's like, my boyfriend hits me. I was like, he hits you? Like when? When he's drunk. Do you have anything to drink? No. All right, I'll talk to you later, man. That's how close. Wait, what was that book too? One time he slipped a book in my drawer. He goes, do you want this book? And I was like, nah, I don't read. And he was like, all right. And then he just put it in the drawer of my, next to my bed. What was it called? It was something like, you're gay, right?
You don't have to be gay.
That's it, you don't have to be gay.
I worked at Half Price Books and I had all sorts of gay books.
Half Price gay books.
And a collection of books I bought.
What is that book about, anyways?
It's about how to overcome your gayness.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it. Should have read it. Anyways,
We were neighbors for, 2 years, and then you moved like a block away. You had to move that cat over there. You had to like hide the cat in a box to leave with it because you're so paranoid. And that's right. I'm just making shit up at this point. Man, I don't really have much comedy anyways. It's like I usually base my comedy off shit that's happened around me and nothing's funny when you just sit at home alone all day thinking about Bob stealing that cat. There's nothing funny about that. The only thing funny that happened to me was my brother was like, you need to see a therapist. And I was like, why? And then he started saying the reasons why, and it's kind of true. I do need to go see a therapist. So he goes, I'll get you this therapist, he's real cool. He'll do a Zoom therapy show for you or whatever. So I'm gonna Zoom this therapist, I've never met him. And then he gets on like the Zoom deal. He goes, hi, how we doing? So where did we leave off last, Mr. Peterson? I was like, what do you mean where we left off last? And he goes, you were talking about how your little brother self-sabotages his own life all the time and he can't get his stuff together. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, wait. And he goes, hold on. Is this Scotty? Oh boy, I thought you were your brother, Tyler. I'm sorry about that. That is so unprofessional. Anyway, Scotty, how are things going in your life? It's like, I don't know, dog, not pretty good since I found out my brother thinks I'm a total fucking failure, you idiot. He'd tell me that. He was like, you know what you should do, Scotty? You should meditate more. And I was like, how do I meditate? He goes, just get on YouTube and YouTube meditation tapes. Thanks, dude. Glad I'm giving you $120 an hour for some fucking YouTube links. So at like 3 a.m., I'm trying to go to bed and I'm listening to this like meditation tape and it's just like, relax, let go of the world. Nothing can hurt you. And then outside of my place where I live downtown, this honking, and I'm like, the fuck is that? And I open the door and it's my friend Pedro and he goes, hey bro, I didn't fucking hit her. She had that black eye before I fucking met her. I didn't fucking hit her. Can I come crash at your place tonight? And I'm so meditated, I'm like, come on in, man, it's cool. I'm sure you didn't hit her, but it's probably a mix-up. So he's going off on all his drama. I didn't hit her, she took my phone, I threw her phone, I did that. I'm like, whatever, man, you just want to lay down and listen to this meditation tape with me? He was like, oh, okay, so I'm just literally laying down on my bed next to this fucking fugitive now at that point. And we're both listening to a relaxing meditative tape, and we both fall asleep together, and then I wake up and I'm like, finally kind of coming to, and it turns out he probably did hit her. That's basically why meditation is terrible. It makes you accept other horrible people. What else have I been doing? I've been selling spices now. That's cool. My grandmother, Oh, like weed? Why do people think that? They're like, that's how shitty my friends are. I'm like, yeah, I sell spice. And they're like weed? Like, no, like food spice, like a normal person. And I smoke a lot of weed there too. But it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. Everyone that I'm like, it's like a spice company that was run by an old lady that now I have taken over, and now I talk to like old women every day, and I talk about ribs before noon. They're like, you know what I do with my ribs? I'm like, what do you do with your ribs? I like to put a little paprika on them with some cinnamon. And I'm like, dude, this conversation's gone on way too long. You want to buy some shit or not, old lady? Let's go. And that's literally all I've been doing. Every day. Damn it, Bob, this is where it winds down now. I got nothing. How much time have I been up here for? About 4? Wait, hold on. How long have I been up? Y'all want to guess? I'm going to say 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
6 minutes, 4 seconds.
Damn, that's pretty fucking good. Life was more exciting when I lived at this old warehouse. It was right next to Tent City, where that Tent City was over there, where all the homeless people were. And man, we have an awful fucking country for homeless people. I'm gonna get that off the bat right now. They're treated really badly. It's like someone's like, yeah, what are they gonna do? Spend that money on drugs? Yeah, dude. Have you ever slept outside on heroin? It's like sleeping inside. I don't know why the government can't do anything about that. So many easy solutions for all the government problems. And the governments are like, how they're making abortion illegal. That's stupid. They should make it legal. Or you're gonna edit that out. I don't think the army of abortion children are gonna go too hot online. I don't know but I had to live next to a bunch of homeless people, and some of them were pretty fucking. They're like really big dicks. I knew all their names and shit because I literally lived like a block from them. Like one time it was like 3 a.m. and I'm going back to my place, and I had this girl with me, and this homeless guy just goes, "Hey baby, you're cute. How about you sit on my face? I'll give you a good ride all night." She's like, "Who the fuck is that?" I go, "That's Brian." I'm like, "What are you doing, Brian?" "I don't know, man. I've been outside all day." It's like, dude, fucking Brian. I think he's dead now. Can you believe that? He's dead. I think I used to tell me how to play baccarat for hours, and I'd listen to him for hours because I didn't have a job. So I'd talk to homeless people all day. Yeah, that'd be cool. I had one guy knock on my door. He's all the streets like, "Hey man, I just wanted to see if you had any extra carpet lying around." It's like, "Hold on, let me check." "No, I don't have any fucking pieces of carpet lying around." And then the place I lived next to, turned out to be a gay sex club. Like, I just thought it was haunted as fuck next door, you know? With all those man moans. Oh, ooh, scary. That was a real place. I remember one time I dropped acid, and the madam over there, the head of the gays, he knocked on my door, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, Scotty? You got tools and shit. I thought maybe you'd hang a TV for me." I'm like, "Man, I'm on acid, dude. I'm not hanging a TV right now." He goes, "I'll give you an 18-pack. I was like, "All right." "Where we hanging this TV?" He's like, "Right above where we fuck everybody." And so I literally hung a TV for him, and he comes up to me with this cup. He's like, "You want to drink some of this?" I was like, "No, dude. I don't want to drink any of that. I'm on a ladder right now, and God knows what's in that fucking drink." He was like, "It's just Hawaiian punch, Scotty. We're gonna have this cool Hawaiian themed fucking party tomorrow night. You should come. It's gonna be a bunch of girls in hula skirts, and they're gonna be dancing around." I was like, "These girls have dicks?" He goes, "Absolutely." Like, damn, I'm missing out. What happened? I had one friend that went over there. It was the same guy that hit that girl. Isn't that weird? What are the odds of that? He went over there. He goes, "What's up with that place?" I was like, "They're pretty cool. You should go check them out." And he goes, "All right." And then 4 hours later, he comes back. I'm sleeping, and he wakes me up, and he goes, "Woo! That place is fun as fuck." And he has his shirt off, and he's sweating. And I'm like, "What did you do over there?" He goes, "I fucked 10 guys." I was like, that seems like a lot of guys. I was like, "How did that happen?" He goes, "I walked in there. They said, 'You're cute. You don't have to pay a cover. You can just come in.' Bob, they made pay a cover." Remember that? He was like, "They wouldn't let me in. They said it was $25." I was like, I think it was the same night. Was it not?
It was cuties for free night.
Yeah, it was no Bob's night. So this guy goes in there, and I was like, "So hold on, you fucked 10 guys in there. What'd you do?" He goes, "Well, I went in. Someone gave me poppers right away, and I inhaled the poppers, and then someone gave me coke, and I did that. And then upstairs they have this place where you take your clothes off and you put them in a locker, and then you go in a back dark room and fuck a bunch of people you don't know." And I was like, "Just like Planet Fitness." And he was like, "No, dude." And so I go, but it still was like, that doesn't make sense. You were up there, you're only there for an hour. How'd you fuck like 10 guys? Were you just putting it in one dude and then pulling it out and going to like the next dude and putting it in? Boy, he goes, "Man, I thought you said you never been over there before." That place is fucked. Anyways, it burned down. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, Bob? The guy that we called the cum scrubber burned it down. There's a dude that literally his only job there was to hang the sheets over the fucking balcony next to my place and wash out all the stains in the sheets. And that guy was ripped. All that waxing on and waxing off on those sheets really got him fucking in shape. But he burned the whole place down. And then the the firefighters that came in were like, "What goes on in that place?" I was like, "You know what goes on there. I saw you last week, dog. Coming in over here." Anyways, let's end on that. That sounds about appropriate.
That's Scotty Peterson. I told you he was embarrassing. Oh boy. Anyway, God, I'm glad there's enough people. This has been a really great show, and somebody's taking my picture right now. I'm very thrilled, very happy to bring our best comic in Texas contest winner. Mr. Best Comic in Texas, everybody. Let's all take your face mask off and take the stage. Give it up for Grady Pruitt, everybody.
Thank you, guys. You said like I named myself that. Like I was like, hey, I call myself the best comic in Texas. That's what you can refer to me as now. No, this is cool. This is good to be. It looks like Biden's gonna win. That's good. Yeah, everyone I went to school with is like super conservative, and they're all like, they steal this election. We're gonna take it back. We're gonna take it back. I'm like, bro, you're on the C team of football. Like, what are you gonna take back? You can't tackle shit, dude. Like, you can't. You're gonna do nothing. Man, no, I'm feeling good. I just got out of jail a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever been, but I don't recommend it. It's not fun. If someone asks you, you'll be like, no, I'm good. Just like, I'm good. I've never been before. I don't think I had like proper jail etiquette. Like I was going around asking people, I was like, so why are you here? Like, why are you? I think I asked the wrong dude. I was like, hey man, what brings you to this facility? He goes, oh, same old. This dude had me fucked up, so I sprayed his ass with a chopper. I was like, yeah, I get that. Yeah, we've all been there. I was like, we're in county jail right now. Like, what? I didn't spray his ass with a chopper. I don't even know what a chopper is, but it sounds violent. Like, you definitely don't want to get sprayed by one. I was like, I got caught smoking weed. I think this guy kills people. Like, is there a separate cell for the murderers? Like, is there a suggestion box? I think I'd like to make a suggestion. No, jail wasn't. It's not. Jail's not scary. It's just boring. It's just fucking boring. The only time I got like actually like really nervous was like this other dude came into like our like tank or whatever, and he had snuck in weed. Like he snuck in like weed and like joints and like started like rolling up joints, like passing them around. And there was a guards don't like that actually. It's like highly frowned upon. So they started taking us each one by one for questioning, and that was the only time I got nervous because I was like, I look like a narc, like I look like I'm gonna fuck it up for everyone. I didn't say shit though. No one else said anything, and we got away with it. Yeah. It was like this beautiful moment where like we as criminals came together as one and like showed those cops a thing or two about teamwork. No, I'm not, I just had this realization I'm not a good person, You ever wake up, you're like, no, not for me. Like, I think you like I love Breaking Bad, like that's my favorite show. And I think you can tell how good of a person you are based on like how long you rooted for Walter White in Breaking Bad. And that's how I figured out I'm a piece of shit because I never stopped rooting for him. like even on like the final episodes, I was mad at his wife and crippled kid. I was like, leave him alone. He has an empire to run. You're fucking it up. Like a lot of people stopped rooting for him in like season 2 when he allowed like Jesse's girlfriend to die. Like he watched like choking her and vomit. You're like, well, I can't root for this character anymore. I watched that scene. I was like, yeah, she needed to go. Like, she was holding Jesse back. Now they go back to cooking meth the way it should be, the way God intended. No, I did. I've been sober for about a couple weeks now. It's the worst. It's not my choice. It's the government's. Yeah, it turns out if you drink and drive about 20,000 times, they'll get you. They'll get you once. They'll catch up to you. Yeah, no, I got a DUI. That's why I was in jail. I got a DUI. No, it's the worst. Being sober is, some people say it's good. What the fuck? Who are these people? Time doesn't move. It's just molasses. You're just like, again with this? Like, again? It doesn't move. Oh, it's the sex. Have you ever had sex? I've never had sex sober now until then. It's who? You gotta look at them and shit. It's the word. I don't want to fucking do that. I miss drunk sex. You don't remember it. You wake up, you're like, who is this? You know, I like that. That was fun. That was, I don't know. I can't wait to get back to drugs and alcohol. I can't wait. So they're like, well, I got sober. Really? No. I want to go back now, as soon as possible. I don't know. I miss it. No, I do. What else, man? I'm pretty. I think I'm a laid back dude. I'm pretty calm. I don't, the only time I get anxious is like when a group of people ask me to take a photo for them. And then I'm like, oh, that's the worst. Like, because you never nail it right away. And then I'm like, hey, can you take a photo? And I'm like, hey, that was great. They look at it like, hey, man, fuck you. Like, that was all wrong. You're like, I didn't train for this. I'm sorry. I didn't go to, I just want to eat my corn dog in peace, dude. I don't know. I was hanging out with my buddy, comics might know him, Albert De Leon. I love him. He's a weird guy though. Every time we hang out, he's like, dude, let's go eat at a Hooters. He's like, man, you do. Let's eat. I'm like, what? No, that sounds awful. Like, I never just been to eat a plate of shitty wings and been like, you know what? I wish I was hard right now. Like, I think that would really make this meal better. That's why I'm like, hey, can we get a hot girl? Come on, just pretend to flirt with me. That'd be great. I think that's how I like to eat this meal. Yeah. That's so weird to me. That's how you want to eat? Aroused? That's how you want to eat? Just like all your meals? Like, oh, breakfast ready? Let me fluff myself up. I want my dick ready for these pancakes, That's so weird. Just do like all your restaurants. You're like, hey man, can I change that to like hardcore pornography? Like, yeah, I think they'll have up the ambiance of the spaghetti warehouse. We just had a bukkake scene played. I think that would help. Bukkake, I like just saying the word, just bukkake. Phonetically, I like the way it sounds. I wish I didn't mean what it meant. I wish it meant something. Like, I wish it was just something you could order at a bar, So, hey, round of bukkake's on me. I would just like to say, bukkake shots on me. Bukkake's on me, everybody. Let's go. Just say it as you're driving home. Think of me. Just bukkake. Say it in your car. I do it all the time. I'll yell it at strangers. Hey, bukkake! They're like, what? What are you gonna do? I played football 1 year in 7th grade. Yeah, it was great. 7th grade was a big year. It was the first year I had my first crush. My first crush was my 7th grade English teacher, Mrs. Gerard, Jackie Gerard on Instagram. Yeah, that's her real handle. No, I remember I had no game. I was in 7th grade. I didn't know how to talk to women, But I was like, I never kissed a girl. I was like, I'll fuck a 30-year-old. That would be my first move as a 12-year-old. My only game, this is my big game, is I'd go to her tutoring every day after school, and then my plan was I'll just bring up those news stories of other teachers that had hooked up with their students, like that. I'm like, Ms. George, you remember that teacher in Arizona that slept with 9 of her students? He's like, yeah. I'm like, pretty neat, right? That's sweet. And she's like, no, that's awful. I'm like, come on. At least, no, she's a good teacher. She never fucked me. No, it was 7th grade. I was on the football team, and I actually made the best. I made the A team because there's another coach last name Pruitt. They switched up our names. It was a whole thing. I never got in. They figured out that I sometimes the coach was like, Pruitt, have you been in yet? I was like, dude, I'm good, man. We know what's going on here. I know I'm already sweaty as is. We don't need to make it more. I'm all right. And there I went to one game. I played the entire game at cornerback because all the other cornerbacks had gotten suspended for doing whippets. Yeah, we were 12, and they were like, this weed shit's boring. Let's see what that Axe body spray does. And so they were like doing whippets underneath the bleachers, and then they all got suspended. So I had to play the entire game at cornerback, and I gave up like 7 touchdowns, which, if you guys are familiar with football, that's like a lot. That's like, I'm pretty sure I hold the middle school Texas record. The guy with one of like my own stands was heckling me, but it's like, it's middle school football. The only people in the stands are like parents and faculty. Like, it'd just be like, hey, Pruitt, you suck. I was like, Mrs. Gerard? Like, what the fuck? That's the worst. Yeah. I don't know. I do like people though. I love it. There's like one group of people I really don't like. It's like this new generation of ugly people. I don't like. I come from like an older generation of ugly, you know? Like it used to be you'd find out you're ugly in middle school. It's like someone would tell you, you know? They'd be like, hey man, you're ugly. Like, fuck. You know, like, shit, I didn't know, dude. All right. Fuck, all right. Let me get good at something else. I'll study more. I'll play. I chose funny. I chose wrong. At least I picked an angle. You know, I picked something. And I find these new ugly people, they just lie. Like, they're just like, I'm beautiful too. And I'm like, yeah, you're beautiful too. You know, it's like, no, just be ugly. You know, just own it. That's, you know, that's gonna make you great. You don't have to, you know, work. No. I believe that. I would like to teach it to like kids. You know, just like go to a middle school, but hey, write up all the ugly children for me. Hey, let me talk to them and just break it down to them. Guys, look, I don't care what Lizzo said. You guys are hideous. You know, I'm sorry. It's just the truth. You know, you know. I don't know. Maybe dance. Just dance your ugly problems away. You know, could help. I do. I will say this: like being ugly. Like I think it's easier to be like an ugly dude than to be an ugly woman. You know, like an ugly dude, pretty much still all on the table. You know, like you can be in movies. You know, you're gonna play the friend. You know, you're gonna be the Seth Rogen, just like the. That's my only impression. It's not very good. I commit. You know. Come on, James. But shit, if you're an ugly woman, like, oh man, you're gonna have to be a good person. You know, like I'm sorry, the world's not fair to you, you know? It is, I don't know, I love Lizzo. I blame her, but you know, I love her. I do, you know. It's just, you know, I wish she did the Laker game, just when she did the Los Angeles Laker game. And if y'all saw, she's like wore a thong to the Laker game, which I was like, hell yeah, more of that. Like, let's get it going. I just wanted to see like the kid, like that was like the people that behind Lizzo, like some dude, I was like 7-year-old, like, we're about to go watch LeBron James dunk on some people. Then you get there, it's like Lizzo's whole ass. You know, you explain that, you're like, all right, we call that body positivity. You know, like you gotta, I don't know. Team Lizzo. What else? I liked, let's talk about more music. I like the song Walk. I remember that. That was big. I can't believe there was like people that did like, that was like a controversial song. Like some people were like, what? I thought we all like, not even like liberal, conservative. I thought we all agreed on wet pussy. I thought we were all fans of that. I didn't know we had anti-wet pussy people. Just like, get that evil wet pussy away! Like, what? I didn't know those people existed. Like, I just can't. Evil! Oh man, I do, I like music. What a terrible premise. You mean you don't hear fans of music? I did, was eating at my favorite restaurant, Taco Bell. Can't get enough of this stuff. I love it. Only one thing I don't like about Taco Bell is like this new thing they're doing where like when you go through the drive-thru, they ask you if you want to make a donation on top of your order. I'm like, hey man, I'm eating Taco Bell at 3:30 in the morning. I'm not a good person, you know, like, I'm ordering out the value menu and paying a change. Like, you think I have extra money? Like, no, I could use a donation, actually, if you guys, who's this money going to? I would like a piece, you know, like, what? It's also like, why are you asking me what I mean? I already feel enough shame saying my order out loud. Like, that's all, like, just like, I'll have 8 beefy Fritos burritos. No to the starving children. No, I'll just 8 beefy Fritos. No, it's just me, no one else. I'll be eating these alone in my car, thank you. No to the children. I'm a fast food connoisseur. I love Jack in the Box. I like Jack in the Box because it'd be like, it's like 12:30 in a lunch rush and they have like one person working it. They're like, well, you know, wait, you know, they have no one gives a fuck over there. Yeah. I like that what they call tacos, you know? Well, you have a bit about that, Antonio. I will do that.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll be honored.
Yeah. Want me to do your bit for you? Actually, no. I wanted to do this. This is actually another comedian's bit, but it's one of my favorite jokes. This is a Zach Dixon bit. Here it goes. It goes, well, I realized as I was trying to remember your bit, I was like, I'm going to butcher it. And I was like, I'm not going to do that to you.
You butchered like a taco at Jack in the Box.
There we go. Yeah. This is one of my favorite Zach Dixon jokes. He goes, here's my impression of Barry White on helium. Man, I love helium. I fucking love that joke. Damn it. I'm gonna tell him the bomb. That's on him. Got the light. Got to close strong. That's what they taught me in my comedy class. You close strong. Oh yeah, I'll do this one. I don't know if I told y'all, I work for Favor. I do that, and I'm on Tinder. I'm actually on Favor right now. Like, if y'all order food, I gotta go. Like, I gotta make some shit happen. I do. I'm on Favor, and I send the same thing every time I get a customer. Like, I get a new customer, I'm like, hey, this is Grady Favor, I got your order, food should be ready in about 20-25 minutes. And I had that on my notes. Every time I get a customer, I copy and paste that, send it to them. Except for one time, I copy and pasted the wrong notes from my notes. So instead of sending my Favor opener, I sent this customer my Tinder opener. So this girl just ordered Torchy's tacos and then gets a message from me that says, hey, gorgeous. I'm really glad we connected. I was beginning to think that I was the last really, really good person left on this app. And then I sent it so fast, I don't realize what I had sent. Like, I'm just about my delivery. And then I get a text from her that goes, ... And I'm like, hey, the food's not ready. Like, easy. And then she sent me another text where she's like, yeah, I'm not worried about the food. I'm worried about you. And I'm like, what the fuck is her problem? I'm like, jeez. And she sends me another message. She goes, actually, when you get here, you drop the food off, you leave, and text me when you're far away. And I'm like, this bitch, like, what's her problem? And then I go, so I'm like, whatever, customer's always right, get the food, go to her apartment, drop it off, leave. And then when I go to text her, I see my original text, like I see my first text, I'm like, oh yeah, I fucked up. Like, this is my fault for sure. But I was like, I'm in too deep, let's just double down. So I sent her one more text. I was like, hey, beautiful, me again. Just want to let you know, this is my favorite delivery of all time. I'll cherish this forever. Always and ever, XOXO, love Grady. And then I got fired. You can't do that at all. That's massively unprofessional. No, that was awful. But like, as bad as that was, I was like super embarrassed by that. I actually think it'd be worse if I did the opposite. Like, I think it'd be worse if I connected with a girl on Tinder and sent her my Favor opener. Like, if I just matched with a girl on Tinder and I was like, hey, I got your food, I'll be over there in 20 minutes. And you're like, oh, wow, queso and I'm gonna get murdered. All right, that's a lot for a first date. But All right, thanks a lot. You guys have been fun.
Grady Pruitt, everybody. Hi. Thank y'all for coming. I forgot to put out the donation bucket, or if anybody wants to throw in $1 or $2 to support the comedians on the show.
Where do we put it, Bob?
What? No, there's like a little. Stephanie, can you grab me that box over there? Okay, it says donations accepted. If anybody wants to throw in $1 for the people on the show, I think everybody did an exceptional job.
Yay.
How about that? And let's give it up for ourselves. We're also doing another show tentatively at 9. Don't pay yourself $1. You're on the show. Okay. All right, that's it. All right, we're gonna do another show at 9. If you want to stay, I know there are different people coming, but like
We'll do different sets.
we'll try to do different sets. Everybody, everybody on the show has been doing comedy for a long time, so they've had more than 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Megan. All right, thank you. You're down